Okay, so when you are doing your organizer, you're going to go to the course home, or you can go to the second page of this. Either one is fine. You can either find the organizer here, or you can find it on the second page right here, or you can find it in the modules. So I'm going to click on it here. So it's going to open up the organizer, and then you're going to download the one for the option that you want to use. I've downloaded this one, which is option number 1, which is the one that I've suggested for 6th grade because it's a compare and contrast. Once I have downloaded that, I am going to visit this link right here, which is going to take us to the National Education Association's page that compares these two candidates and their views on a selection of education-related issues. Once you have selected an issue that you think you would like to address in your essay, let's say that you want to look at public school options. So you will indicate public school options over here on issues, public school options, potions, if only, options. And you are going to read the little summary. So opposes federal funding of charter schools. So opposes means doesn't agree with. As a supporter of public schools, Biden does not agree with any federal funding going to for-profit charter schools. In addition to banning for-profits, he also supports increasing overall accountability for charter schools. And these are the sources for that information. On Trump's side, public school options, school choice is a priority. Trump has stated that his administration is fighting for school choice, which really is the civil rights of all time in this country. According to him, his proposed budgets have made school choice a priority by including $1 billion in funding to furthering options of children to unlock success grants for public school choice and $250 million to promote private school choice through the Education Innovation and Research Program. And so that is the sources for that information. So you can start with either one. I like to read from left to right because that's just how we read when we're reading. So I'm going to start with this one. And I can choose between Ed Week and the Washington Post. And over here I can choose Donald Trump for President, Fox News. And since none of these are duplicated, it doesn't really matter which ones I choose. So I'm going to click on this one. And I'm going to look through this information and see if any of it is relevant to public school options. So I'm going to read this, and I will say there's a lot of information, so I'm seeing that I'm a little overwhelmed by the information here, so I'm going to do a little neat trick called Command F. So I'll find, and I will put public school options. And since it didn't come up with public school options, I will just leave it at public school and see what I can find. It says there's 5 results. So I can go through and see if there's any information here. Did they attend public schools? So Biden's children did not attend public schools. That's shared with me. Should the federal government subsidize teacher pay? Presidential candidate Biden says yes. So that's the information that's being shared on this page. I'm not super confident that that's all going to answer my questions, so I'm going to go back and I'm going to go to Ed Week, and I'm going to look at this one instead. Pay teachers more, treat them like frontline workers. Of course, there's a lot of ads because anything that has to do with an election, they're always going to try to get some money out of it. So I'm going to review some of this information, and I'm going to add it to my public school options. So I know that he opposes federal funds for charter, and I'm going to put in parentheses for profits because it's not necessarily charter schools, it's specifically ones that get a profit. And I'm going to be looking for some more information. I didn't particularly like either of those sources. I didn't think they were a great resource. And he also wants to increase accountability for charters. And on this side, wants more school choice, supports grants for accessing private schools. Okay, and I'm going to use these sources and see if there's anything in here that I like. Proposed budgets have made school a priority, $250 million to promote private schools. So this is a fact, so I'm going to copy and paste it, although I will not use it necessarily as something copy and paste it. I'm going to add a bullet point. I'm going to paste it. Of course, my bullet point didn't paste, which is fine. And $5 billion federal tax credit on donations that fund scholarships to private vocational schools, apprenticeships, reviewing the plans for your remaining states. So I'm going to continue going through this and adding that information. So what I need here is a general overview of what they think and then some data to support it. And then once I have some of that data, I'm going to cite it. So this is Making America Great Again Education, President Donald J. Trump achievements. This is the Promises Kept website. So I'm going to decide whether I think this is reliable. It's paid for by Donald J. Trump for President Inc. So it looks like this is something that his candidacy supports. So I'm going to look at the about to make sure that it looks like this is a legit website. I'm going to go through, see what I can find. So this does look to be like his legit website. So I've checked it, made sure that it's real. So I'm going to go back a couple pages to where I was, and I am going to open up EasyBib. So I hit Command N. That's how I popped up this new tab so easy. So easybib.com. And I'm going to take this website, because this is the page that I copied that information from, and I'm going to copy it with Command C. I'm going to click Create Citation, Website, and I'm going to paste it in here with Command V, and I'm going to click Search. I can also create a manual citation, but that takes way longer, so I'm not going to do that. And I'm going to click Cite. This is what they found. This is what they could not find. And I'm going to click Continue. I don't have an author, which is fine. Article title, Education. That is what it's titled. Website title, yes. Publisher, sponsor. I am going to add Trump campaign 2020, because that's what this whole website is. It's not picking up on that, but I know that that's what this is because it says so right here. And it doesn't have a published date, but I can tell because it is a 2020 article here that it must have been published this year, otherwise it wouldn't say 2020. So I am just going to add the year, which is 2020, because I don't have a specific date, but I can add that. And again, I don't have an author because this is published by his team, so obviously it wouldn't have that. So I'm going to click Complete Citation. And then it's going to make sure that it is in MLA format. So change style, I could change it to something else, but I don't need to do that. So this is my citation, and it looks like it's correct. So I'm going to click Copy Citation, and then I'm going to go back to my document here, and I'm going to put a little asterisk next to this information. And I'm going to go down here, and I'm going to type in that same location, which was Trump campaign 2020. I could also call it the Promises Kept website. I can also call it according to the campaign information for Donald Trump. So whatever you want to put in that box that you would refer to it in your essay. And then in citation, I'm going to paste. That way, when I go to make my MLA citation works cited page, then I'll have that information. So I have made this, I put a number 1 because it's a number 1. And it is Donald Trump, and it's an asterisk. So I know this information goes to this. And I'm also going to highlight this red because Republicans are red and Democrats are blue. That's just how it works. So I'm going to make sure all of this is red so that I know that this information right here goes to this asterisk. And then if I had something here, then I could put an asterisk and a 1 right here. And then I could put the citation here and it would match up with this. And I could do the same thing for 2. I could also use like an ampersand, which is this little doohickey, or a caret, or a %sign, anything that's not going to confuse me, or hashtag at, tilde, anything like that, to indicate which one goes to this. So you just want to make sure that you're connecting this to that so that your information doesn't get messed up. Okay? And then when I'm done with this, after I've got like 3 things in each one of these boxes to support the main idea, then I'm going to go back and finish up these citations and submit this. Okay, you can always add more boxes here because obviously you're going to need more than just the 3. So if you just go to that last box, click at the end, and then click Enter, it'll add another box. And if you want to do bullet points are up here. You also have numbers, letters, and if you want a sub-bullet point, So bullet point, so information, and then you want to put supporting. So you just click this little button here, support data. And then if you want to go back, like the data needed to be bigger, then you can go back and forth this way. So anyway, that is a general overview of how to complete this document.